I got a little bit of drama because I told you about my whole insurance issue I'm having with my insurance company.
Yeah.
And I sent off the paperwork to Jefferson City, and I get an email yesterday saying my insurance company is going to cancel my policy. But then there's a small print thing you have until May 6th.
Yeah.
Everywhere it says your policy has been canceled. I was like, wait a minute, what? I'm going back and forth. They're like, well, we had to set an expiration date of some kind to make sure that you're invested in wanting to keep this policy going. I was like, I got to wait for Jefferson City, dude. I don't know how long that can take. I have no clue.
Have you dealt with our government?
Oh, my God. And then we did the repairs on the car. Yeah. I got new tires. And here's my luck. So I walk in, go pick up the car. There's a big line in front, but I'm like, whatever. I'm just going to do this. Let's just get this over with. Finally get to my turn in line. Great. Okay. All right. Everything's all done. New tires. You passed inspections. You're all good to go. And I'm like, great. That means I get to go home tonight, finish the whole thing, get the car re-registered the way we're supposed to because I obey the law and I don't drive around with a temporary tag from 2021 because I'm not a hooligan. That's another story.
Yeah.
For another time, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't think St. Louis is the only one that's unique too. I've seen it in other places too where they do that whole game.
Yeah.
Let's find out which is the oldest temporary tag.
That's good. I thought it was just a here thing.
No, it's not. It's not just us thing. But I go start up the car, fires right up. So I'm like, okay, that's a positive sign. Car starts. That's good, right? Beep. Big old warning thing. Lights start flashing. I'm like, what the hell? And the warning. The warning is very low tire pressure. I go, what the? These are brand new tires. This is impossible. What is going on? So I go back in, and there's a line. There's a line 4 deep. Yeah. And I'm like, I just walked out. I just started. I didn't feel like having to wait, but I had got to wait your turn. Can't go because people start. You don't know who has a gun on them in St. Louis. I'm not going to fuck around with that. Yeah. So I go, nope. I'm going to wait my turn. And I finally get back up, and I go, hey man, just started the car. Very low tire pressure with 4 brand new tires. You want to explain that to me? And he goes, well, was the tire pressure sensor working when you dropped it off? I'm like, dude, yes, it was working. And don't you think you guys would have noticed that when you put the brand new tires in there? So I go, so what did you guys break? Yeah. And he goes, well, let me go have someone check it real quick. And I go, please do. Thanks.
So they didn't notice the beeping when they turned it on and pulled it out of the bay?
Jay, don't speak with common sense and logic. How dare you in this situation? You think it would have, and you know it did. You know it did, and they just didn't want to have to deal with it. Yeah. So I freaking pull it up to the garage, and it's this poor kid. It's this poor, like, he looks like he's maybe just turned 18. Yeah. Maybe. And he gets out the tool that he knows how, he gets out this tool, and I didn't realize it's all wireless. He just puts this tool against the tire, and it can send a wireless radio signal between the sensor and the tire. Yeah. And he goes around, he starts at the front, goes to the passenger, back passenger, very last tire. Of course, it's the very last tire. Why would we have to go through this test all 4 times? Why wouldn't we go through the test all 4 times? He goes, this one doesn't work. I'm like, okay, what are you guys going to do to fix this? And he goes, well, what did the guy say we should do? I was like, dude, all this was fine until you guys did your thing. Fix it. And then the guy comes out smoking a dart. Originally came outside because now all the customers have left. Yeah. I'm the last guy there, complete last guy there. And the guy goes, "You guys figure out what it is?" And the guy tells, "Yeah, this is this." And he takes a deep breath and goes, "Well, what do we want to do about this?" And I was like, "What are you guys going to do? Yeah. I got nothing to do with this. This is your problem, man." And he goes, "Well, we close in 15 minutes." And I was like, "Well, how long does it take you to fix it?" He's like, "Probably 20. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. I go, how about this? I felt bad for the kid because the kid's just deer in headlights and he doesn't want to deal with me the way I look and the way I'm starting to lose it just a little bit. Yeah. Because I want to go home. And I go, this poor child. And he's like, and again, he's a kid. He looks just as young as my oldest, right? And he's only 15. They look the same age. So I'm not going to rip into this poor guy. He didn't want his day to go this way. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to force your guy here to stay late. But here's the problem. I can't come back tomorrow and have you guys go, well, you left. And this is something you'll have. I'm like, I'm not going to pay for this. I didn't break it. You guys did. Yeah. You guys fix it. So are you here tomorrow? And the 18-year-old goes, I'm not. I'm like, dude, And the other guy goes, yeah, I'm here. I got you covered. I have him bring it right in. We'll take care of it. And then I get there the next day, right?
Yep.
We're going to fix this. That guy told me 20 minutes, right?
Yeah.
I get there. My guy's not there. I'm like, oh, fuck. This guy's not here. Unbelievable. Next guy, the store manager goes, well, they didn't leave me any notes about this. So I'm like, dude, we all had an understanding because I'm trying to be nice to your employees by not making him stay way late to fix this problem.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, okay, what do you want to do? I was like, well, he said it'd take 20 minutes. Can I just stay here 20 minutes? And you guys he's like, well, no, I got appointments ahead of you. I was like, your other guys said, so okay, back and forth.
Yeah.
I was like, fine, I'm leaving. I leave. And then I get home. I start stewing over it, right? I'm stewing. I'm like, I can't handle this. Drive back up there. There's supposed to be thunderstorms coming today, right?
Yeah.
I got no one to give me a lift. There's no one around.
Yeah.
Say, hey, can you give me a quick lift back home? And I'm not using their shuttle service. Screw that. I'm not even messing with people that drive those things. So I go, look, I'm going to leave this here with you. Call me when it's done. Just call me when this is done. I walk it's a 3-mile walk home. It's not bad, right? It's 3 miles. There's way worse. Yeah. But my whole problem is, though, Jay, is this about to start thunderstorming.
Yeah.
Jay, I get home. Literally, the second I step in that door, it starts pouring, dude. Oh. It starts pouring at our place. I got so lucky. Yeah. But the other bad part was about halfway through, so about 1.5 miles in, I was like, man, I thought I should go in the bathroom there, but I didn't. And there's no businesses to stop in. And all of our, for example, the gas station you could stop in, no bathroom for the public. It has it on there. There's no public bathroom. And so I'm booking it home as fast as I can. But I'm not running because if I run, bad things could happen, Jay. You're not supposed to run when you got to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So I get to the driveway. I'm sprinting on the driveway at that point. I'm taking my pants off as soon as I'm in the door. I'm running to the bathroom with my pants off. And I'm like, oh, thank God. I finally get there. And everything worked out okay. Let's just say it that way. No underwear had to be thrown away. And the tires, that whole situation, they call me about, how it's supposed to take 20 minutes. They call me hours later going, yeah, okay, we're good. You're good to go. Come on up.
Yeah.
And by that time, I'm like, I got no one else to give me a ride back up. Guess I'm walking back up. Here we go.
Got your exercise that day.
Oh, I put in 6 miles that day, dude. I'm good. I was way over that 10,000 step goal or whatever you're supposed to have these days, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it was I have a good life, Jay. Yeah. I got some health and I got a roof over my head. We say this every week. It feels like.
Yep.
Can't complain. These are very first world problems. I get it. It's not world ending. It's just it's always something though, right? It's the little things, right?
Yeah.
Because for example, for what you had to deal with, you had to chill out with some strangers for 2 hours, but you lived. You got back home. It's not like you didn't get hurt. Now, the thing that would have killed me in your situation is soggy socks, dude. I can't handle that. It's the worst. It is the absolute worst.
Yeah, so that was pretty bad.
And I guarantee you, did you even sit at all that game, or were you in the area where they stand the whole time?
No, we were able to sit.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I saw some stuff last week in regards to some people got kicked out because they wouldn't sit down or whatever. So yeah. I was curious.
No, because we were in the upper area, so.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I feel as though if I were going, I'd want to be in that section where they stand the whole time, just to get the full immersive thing. But I guess it's probably impossible to get tickets in that area.
Yeah, I think so.
Really cool.
My buddy with the season tickets has them down there. So,
really?
If I'm able to go with him, I'll be down in that area.
That would be a cool experience for sure.
Yeah.
So with that behind us, all right. Do we actually have topics?
I got a few things.
I think we're an hour in almost.
Here, we'll start with this. I've got a Piney River Brewing Company Black Walnut Ale.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what's right? How is that? Spirit World or non-Spirit World?
Non-Spirit World. It's 4.5%.
Okay. Oh, and also before you really get going, I stopped in at the shop. I stopped in at the comic shop on last Saturday.
Yeah.
And I talked I think his name is Scott, if I remember correctly. I'm not trying to be rude on the podcast if he actually started listening after that. But I did talk to him, and he said, "You're Matt, right?" I was like, "How did you know that?" Where's my picture? I mean, I don't know how he knows that. I had no clue. But then he goes, "Yeah, we got to get that all figured out." So I was going to remind you, we need to get that all figured out. And I asked him if we did it in your basement, would that be cool? He's like, "I don't care where we do it. You guys can pick wherever." I don't. He did say he preferred in person, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that in the email from him.
And then I asked, "Oh, hey, by the way, are you a beer drinker?" And he's not. But he does enjoy a non-alcoholic beer. So just a heads up, he does the NA is what he likes.
Okay.
So, but yeah, super nice guy. It's so funny. He had these other two people come in the shop at the same time that we're talking. Mm-hmm. he goes, "I give you a tour of the shop, but if you just go right around that corner and you dead in that wall right there, that's the whole shop." It's so small. I'd love if you were able to come out there and see it. What's cool about it is it's very intimate, though. It has every book you'd want because the walls are covered. Every wall is covered with books, and you would never not get the book you want. But comparing that to like our old school fantasy shop, or I'm trying to think of another shop that we've gone to. It'd go to like a V-Stock, something like that. Yeah, dude, no, this place is tiny, but. Yeah, no, he's a really nice guy, and I look forward to the conversation with him. Yeah,
I was actually going to run into Bugs probably this weekend and pick up Pull and Hold and talk to him too. Okay. So we'll get that worked out.
Yeah.
Here, we'll stick with that topic then. I just finished the Snyder run on Batman, the New 52 run.
His New 52 run on Batman. Okay. How many trades was that? Was it like 6 or 7? I think?
10 trades.
10. Okay, man, I can't remember correctly. Okay.
So
I know. 0 Year was a big run because weren't there a couple of trades of just 0 Year?
Yeah, I want to say. Let's see. That started in. I think it went like 5 and 6.
Okay.
Because 1 and 2 were the Owls. 3 was a Death of the Family. 4, I think, was just kind of random stories pulled together. They had like some one-off books in there, so those all got collected together. Then 2 0 Years. 2 Blooms.
Oh yeah, Mr. Bloom. Oh, what a great villain, dude.
Yes,
he was cool.
Yeah. Might have been 3 with Bloom. I don't remember now. And then the last one was kind of more one-shot issues, and then it had an annual and a preview of the Rebirth #1.
Was one of the annuals with Mr. Freeze, if I'm remembering correctly?
I don't remember.
I'd have to find that annual for you, man. It was a story. It was a Mr. Freeze centric annual. And
yeah.
I don't remember if it's one of the newer ones from Rebirth or if it was from New 52. But man, so good. It seems like every story with Mr. Freeze, but they kind of give him his just dues. It's really, really good.
Yeah,
but
and they don't seem like they use him a whole lot either.
No, I don't think so. So out of all the trades, which one was your favorite?
Probably the stuff with the Owls or Bloom.
Okay. Yeah, I love the Bloom stuff. It's really good.
Oh, there was one in there that was another Joker story that set up everything with Bloom and Gordon becoming Batman.
Yeah. Which I told you, I think my biggest thing with that was that the bat suit with the rabbit ears, that kind of messed with me a little bit. I didn't like that too much, the design.
Yeah.
But it's memorable, though. So if you ever want to, it's a talking point. So if your goal is to get people to talk about it, they did their job with that.
Yeah. And to me, it was more just a different take on the ears, which we've seen so many different versions of them between movies and comic artists. And
but the fact that they made Gordon a total badass was pretty cool, though.
Oh, yeah. It didn't even seem like the same character.
Yeah.
So, those two were my favorite. I didn't care for the Joker stuff a whole lot.
I know I do love Death and Family. I'm partial to it. I thought it was really well done. And I loved Capullo's art on it.
Yeah.
Just making Joker so gross and just decaying a lot, as far as stapling the mask back to his face. Basically stapling his face back to his face.
Yeah.
That's what it really was. But I wanted to see if this one issue in Court of Owls also stood out to you. It was one of the most unique things I'd ever seen in a comic book up to that point, which made Capullo one of my favorites of all time. Do you remember in the first trade in Court of Owls, should have been issue number 5. That's how much it stood out to me. I could actually, how bad I am at recalling things.
Yeah.
This is how much it stood out to me. You had to turn the comic. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That was so... Had you seen anything like that before in comics?
Yeah, nothing that I think I've seen it before, but nothing that really was memorable like that.
Okay, because I think it was supposed to symbolize him. Wasn't he going down steps? And it was supposed to. I thought it was like supposed to take you on the journey of going down those steps to where the court was. I think, if I remember correctly.
I don't remember for sure.
It's hard when you read that much Batman in a row. It's hard to remember all that. Trust me. So I get you not remember, but at least it stuck out to you to say, yeah, that was a unique thing in art to do, where it was submersive, is what it was. And that's why I with everyone's hatred of the New 52, I was like, I love Batman in New 52. I really loved Snyder's run, and it's an epic run. It's super long.
It is. So, I didn't read it. Sit down and read the whole thing. I read the first 3. Took a break, read some other stuff, and then read the middle 3, and then just read the last 4.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. I did order.
So does that cement in your mind Snyder's one of the best Batman writers of all time?
I think so. On the core Batman stuff, I just ordered Road to Metal, and I have Dark Knight Metal, so I'm going to read those next. I think, or at least once I get it, I'll find stuff to read. Until then.
Here's my thing about Metal was, even though I don't think the story is the best, Capullo knocks it out with the art. That's some hardcore Metal,
Yeah,
I love it. It's badass. It's he just kills it, man. I love that those two continue to work together whenever they can.
Yeah,
because I don't know if you remember anything about that, where when they put those two together at the beginning, it was not a match made in heaven at all. They did not see eye to eye whatsoever, because Snyder was a complete rookie on the block, to be honest.
Yeah.
This was his really first big gig, and Capullo he's a seasoned veteran in his long run on Spawn and all that stuff. He was basically just saying, "Hey, Kit, I got it. Don't you write your words, I'll take care of the rest," basically, kind of thing. But and so it was rocky at the beginning, but the fact that it was rocky, but your first trade, you knock out Court Owls together, I was like, if that's rocky, oh my God, where is this relationship going to go from there? Because I guess that brings up a good topic of, are there certain writers that you love when they go and work with a specific artist, and every time they work together, they kind of knock it out of the park together? Because now those two, Capullo and Snyder, they'll do anything together. Like that, they're like one of those things where, like, if Snyder needs me, I'm there, and vice versa. If he wants a book done, that's like independent. Boom, I'm there. So what about for you? Is there artists combos that you think of that kind of match up with them?
Well, I mean, if I think Spider-Man now, it's usually Bendis and Bagley.
That's going to be my next go-to for sure.
Yeah. The Bendis Malieve was really good too.
Bendis Malieve, but Bendis Malieve, but it was going to be who was Brubaker and God, who did Brubaker do his Daredevil run with? Because I think they've done work together before too.
I don't know.
I'm failing you on that. I failed you. I can't remember. But I think who was it? It was Romita, and I like Romita and Millar. I think they're a good tandem.
Yeah.
Because their Wolverine run, their Kick-Ass run, I think they're a really good tandem. I don't think you could do Lee and Kirby. I guess you want to do that.
Yeah,
but that's just classic.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of who else. Yeah, maybe it's not. Maybe there's not as many that stand out. I guess not. I'd have to really sit down and come up with a list.
Yeah.
I'll have to do homework on that. Maybe we'll do that. We'll have to give ourselves an assignment to go back over that. But I'm glad you liked it. It's a long. It's like you said. It's a long read though. That's a lot of books to go through.
It is, but man, it was worth it.
Okay. And then staying on the comics thing, did you hear the rumor of who's coming back to write Superman?
No.
Mark Millar is going to be writing Superman pretty soon.
Really?
Yep, he's going away. I've heard the rumor that he's going to step away from not step away, but just make time for and do another Superman story. Because I don't think we've had one from him since Red Sun.
Yeah.
I don't think he's actually worked on anything from Marvel or DC since that, to be honest. I thought he was only doing creator-owned.
He hasn't done anything for the big two in a long time. Trying to think, what was he did a Spider-Man run. I think that was after Red Sun.
Was it after? Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that was like Marvel Knights time, I think.
Yeah.
But I'll probably look into buying that.
But yeah, I'm really excited about that because with his work on Red Sun, I can't wait to see what he comes up with for next. Because then I also heard a rumor that not only is Millar going to do another Superman story, Mark Waid is going to work on another Superman story. And then I'm trying to remember his most recent one. I don't think it was Superman for All. It wasn't Superman for All Seasons, was it?
No,
it was Birthright. Was it Birthright?
I think he did something even more recent than that.
Yeah, Birthright's the one I'm thinking of. That was the one that's really stood out to me. Here, I'm bringing up something from Screen Rant. Oh, it blocked me. Never mind, I can't get in there on this one. Let's see. Looks like Kingdom Come. He's gonna maybe no, not Kingdom. That's old, but I'm just reading.
Yeah.
There's a new Batman Superman series that appears that he's gonna write. So a World's Finest, I guess he's gonna do some work on a World's Finest.
Okay.
And then let's see. Last Days of Lex Luthor. He's gonna do it with Hitch.
Ooh.
It's gonna be a DC Black Label.
Nice.
And here, let's see if it'll let me open this thing up. See if it blocks me or not.
All right, so Superman
acclaimed comic book writer Mark Waid has a story for a Superman movie. This is 2018. Get out of here. I'm looking for the Mark Millar stuff.
All right, so Red Sun was 2003.
Okay.
So I'm trying to find... That might be the last DC he did.
Yeah, 6 days ago. On his podcast, Millar Time, which I didn't know he had a podcast, acclaimed comics writer Mark Millar said that he's got a new Superman series in the work at DC Comics. So, I don't know when it's going to get released. Hopefully, we're around long enough.
Yeah.
Because with him, you never know if it actually... Because I hate when writers do that. That's one of my biggest things that I hate in comics is when they announce something, and then you start to look forward to it, and it never comes to fruition. You're just like, you got me all hyped up to go get your book, and then... Just, nope, never going to happen.
So, his Marvel stuff, the Marvel Knights Spider-Man was 2004, 2005. Old Man Logan was 2009. Didn't realize it was that recent. He did Civil War.
That's way after that. So
yeah.
I forgot Logan, that's right.
Civil War, 2006, 2007. His Fantastic Four was 2008 to 2009.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Let's see.
He did a lot of Ultimate stuff going into 2009, it looks like. It looks like 2010
and what's
was the last he did.
Is that
11.
I'm reading on this thread here real quick, is that there's a book, I don't know if I read Huck, I remember it very well, and then of course Superior. Do you remember Superior?
I do remember Superior. Kind of Shazam, Superman type. Yeah,
exactly. So he's done Superman-ish books on his own.
Yeah,
so I'm really looking forward to see what he does with this because I loved Superior. I thought that was great.
Yeah,
and I loved Huck. I think Huck is an underrated book.
All right, I haven't read that. I'll need to look. He's done so much stuff under his own label.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Well, because I mean,
I'm trying to see if there's any like indication of, hey, this is what the story might be about, kind of thing.
Yeah. So, and the crazy thing is, he's not even doing all the stuff on his own in his own world now, because other creators are taking their versions of his characters and doing them.
Correct. Which is great. Which is crazy when you think about it. It's awesome. That's really cool.
Because I was pretty sure there was a Kevin Smith Hit Girl.
It actually worked, and like he actually finished it.
I guess so. I don't know. I never actually read it. There's a Hit Girl series that he co-wrote with Jeff Lemire. Oh, here you go. Hit Girl Season 2, written by Kevin Smith. It's also Hit Girl in Hollywood is what it was.
Okay, cool. I know of it. I just didn't know it actually got finished. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, so he did the original Hit Girl, and then Lemire did the second run of it, and then Raphael Albuquerque and Raphael Scavone.
Do you like Albuquerque's work?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
He did a long run, and I don't know if they've actually finished the series or if it's ongoing still, because I hopped off when I stopped getting floppies.
Yeah.
But American Vampire, it's Scott Snyder and Albuquerque.
I haven't actually read it, but I'll have to look into it.
Okay. Yeah, no, I really like his work on that.
Yeah. So then season 2 of Hit Girl has a run by Kevin Smith, a run by Daniel Way, and a run by Peter Milligan.
Okay, cool. All right. So that, as far as comics, the only other comic thing I have for you as far as the actual books is I'm in the middle of reading Supergirl by Tom King.
Okay.
It was it Woman of Tomorrow or something like that, I think is what it was called. It came with some acclaim, I guess.
Yeah.
And I have nothing but bad things to say about it.
Really?
I think it's boring. I'm struggling to get through it. The artwork, I'm not a big fan of the artwork. Actually, that's probably the weakest part of it. And if you ask me who's the artist on the book, not without looking it up right now. I had heard, I guess, or read somewhere that it was going to be some inspiration to the Supergirl we're going to see in the Flash movie.
Okay. And
I was like, well, she doesn't look anything like Supergirl. We already know that. That's the first thing you notice about Supergirl.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't know if they won't be able to go into depth at all on her character in that movie, I don't think, because it being a Flashpoint story, although I don't know if they're just using Flashpoint name or if they're going to use some bits of the story, because to be honest with you, if we were going to do Flashpoint, we really needed Cyborg. We really need to have Wonder Woman and Aquaman in this movie, and I don't think any of them are in it, correct? Oh wait, no, is Wonder Woman going to be in it?
I don't know if she is or not. I don't think they've confirmed that, but I don't think it's the Flashpoint story, but they're using the general concept, kind of like the TV show did.
Because I'm still hearing rumblings whenever is it Jeffrey Dean Morgan? Is his real name?
Yeah.
Negan.
Yeah.
He's still down to play. Thomas Wayne. It's
he's
just
pushing for it.
Happening. He's pushing for it because he's going to get to the point where he's too old to do it. That's the problem.
So the art on that was Belqui Evely.
That I've never seen their art on anything else before, to be honest with you. So it's just not my favorite. I'm not a big fan of it. It's just I'm trying to think of a story that's kind of like it kind of not Bug's Life, but the premise of basically an injustice is done to this little girl, and then she kind of she doesn't really hire Supergirl to exact vengeance in her name, but it's along those lines. It's not the most original story. It's not something we had never seen before. So I don't know, man. I just I'm going to try to finish it, but if worst came to worst, if I were to never pick it back up and not finish it, I wouldn't be regretting it. Say that. So, and then after that, the only other things I wanted to touch on were movie and TV show related to comics.
Okay, yeah, I got same. So,
okay. Well, let's stay in the super family. I did start the first episode of Superman and Lois.
Yeah.
I'm willing to give it more time to develop because of how much people have been praising it. But man, it was slow and long. It was slow and long. It was just, it was hard to get through. I get the Lois character. She's the guy playing Superman. I'm like, okay, he's okay.
Yeah.
I don't like the kid. I hate the kids. They're the worst part of the show. Oh my god, they're especially the was it emo kid? This emo kid is beyond. He's insufferable. He's just. I just want to. And I think the problem is, Jay, he's not Jonathan.
Right.
I think that's my biggest struggle. When you had the source material of Jonathan, why didn't you just do Jonathan? Why did we have to have two kids that have nothing to do with the material? Which I know there's two kids that come in at some point that join Jonathan.
Yeah.
But I thought that one was a boy, one was a girl.
Yep.
And they didn't follow that map at all.
Well, that came after the show.
No, that was all after the show. Okay.
Yeah.
But dude, this one kid's just insane. You know how I hate certain TV characters, but they're like I can't put him in the list of like Skylar White. I don't hate him that much yet. I haven't watched the show enough yet. But it's not a good first impression. How about that? Not a great first impression. So, but will it stop me from watching the show more? No, but there's other shows I've got way up in front of it where I would basically, we just couldn't decide on something to watch. And I just wanted let's just put something on the background while we do some other stuff. But then we kind of both were like watching it, and Jen's just like, she's watching it, and she's like, this is kind of dumb. And I was like, well, it's not that great, but it's not dumb. I won't say that. And she goes, it ain't Smallville. Screw this. And she's done.
Well, I think there's a few things.
Smallville for a while, but then she hopped off. But at some point, she's just like, this is just Smallville got to be where she's like, this has been on long enough. I'm done.
Yeah. There's a few things, though. With those CW shows, they follow the same formula. So that's part of the reason I haven't even given it a chance, is because I just got tired of the formula. And then those shows also take a while to find their footing.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the case there.
I will agree with that wholesale, because I thought Flash was great from the get. I liked Flash, but he got introduced to Arrow, right?
Yes.
And so I was happy with Flash right from the get. And here's the sad part was I loved Flash, but eventually I had to jump off just because I was like, you said, it's monotonous and it's just over the same stuff over and over and over. But it's sad because I want to watch the ending of it, because I think isn't that 9 seasons right now?
Yeah.
Where they got with Flash.
Yep, and they're finishing with half a season.
Saying that they did with Arrow, right?
Yeah.
So, except for only 8 seasons with Arrow, I think.
I think so, yeah.
So I don't know, man. I'm just I want to finish off. I don't think I'll go back and rewatch Flash, but maybe I'll watch the very last episode, kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't watched for a couple seasons. I think the only thing I went and watched was the Crisis crossover, just because I was curious.
Yeah, I did the same. I watched that. So I want to give you that, and there's only 2 other notes I've got for you. Is I'm super excited, and I don't even know if this is new news or if we talked about it before, but Superman Legacy by James Gunn, already under pre-production. He's writing it.
He's directing too.
I'm waiting for stuff to leak. I want to see, and I just want to see. I'm more interested. I want to know who the villain is. Or is that going to be a spoiler if we get that too soon, kind of thing? Or is it possible to keep that under wraps? Would WB allow him to? Would you do that and not know who the villain is going in?
I don't think so, but I could definitely see them do some misdirection and maybe have 2 villains in it, but one of them is more just a cameo type thing.
Yeah, because with him, he might use someone less well known, is what I'll say. Because think about with Guardians. Well, no one knew anything about Guardians.
Yeah.
But when the trailers came out for Guardians, did they really flash us anything about? It's not the Inquisitor. What is
Ronan, the Accuser.
The Accuser, Inquisitor, Accuser, same damn thing. But did we even see him in the trailers at all?
I don't remember.
I think we maybe did when they were doing the dance-off thing. Did they show the dance-off in the trailers?
I don't even remember that.
See, I don't remember. Maybe I'm pushing here, but I'd love for him to go. If it's going to be Brainiac, I'd love to not see anything about Brainiac. Try to keep that under wraps. Like maybe say the name Brainiac, but not really see what kind of version they're going to use for Brainiac. Or it'd be crazy, and James Gunn is crazy enough if we get how you pronounce it, Mixelplitic or whatever you pronounce his name. That could be interesting. That could be really interesting. I wonder if they go that route.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I don't really know what other well-known Superman villain you put in the movie. Because we've done Lex Luthor enough, right?
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah, I would stick away from Lex. Yeah, that could be the red herring there, where they show Lex, but he's just there, and he's not really the villain. Okay. Or maybe he's pulling the strings. I mean, it's and then the cyborg Superman.
Toymaker. I think Toymaker's too silly.
Yeah.
For your new universe to be kicking off with. I don't know. I don't know who they're going to use. I'm interested in seeing which route. Mixelplitic. I don't ever know how to pronounce that, but he's the most James Gunn-y villain that he's got.
Yeah,
I know that. But I don't think he's going to do. I think it's going to be Brainiac. That's what I think we're going to get.
I think we're due for him.
Yeah.
But I do know with Gunn, if he's going to be very vocal about it. He'll tell us who it's going to be. Someone will go online and ask him, and he'll reply to it. He's been that way with everything he's done.
Okay. And don't forget, we've gotten a glimpse of a gun Superman-like movie with Brightside.
Yeah.
Was it called Brightside or Bright? I can't remember.
He didn't do that one. He did Super with Rainn Wilson.
He did. He wrote and produced, I think.
Oh, did he? Okay.
He didn't direct. Yeah, he didn't direct that.
Okay.
And then the only other kind of comic booky thing was that we talked about a little bit yesterday was the Fantastic Four casting rumor.
Yes.
With Reed Richards. Adam Driver as
yes.
Reed Richards. Do you see it? I think you're into it, right?
I would be all for it. I think he's done great in everything I've seen him in. He's a good actor. I think he could pull it off. I mean, he's not.
Does he have the look?
He's not. He doesn't have it the same way Jim Krasinski does, but I think. Yeah. I mean, his build, I think, is right for it. The face might seem a little off.
I agree with you on that. Yeah, I get that.
I don't know. Give him the white hair at the part and see how he looks. Well, I'm sure we'll get Boss Logic picture of him as it, since the rumor's out there.
Yeah. It also makes sense though because of his relation with Disney, right?
Right.
Since he's already got the Star Wars relation with them, I can see how they like to keep things in house. No. I guess the whole Krasinski thing that's just out. That's not happening. I guess that was just a kind of a fan service thing, and that's
I don't know
multiverse and
he said that. Well, he's gone back and forth saying, yeah, it was a one-time thing, and then there's reports that he's been seen at the Marvel offices again. So I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, now, here's this. Adam Driver, not so much as Reed, but Adam Driver as Dr. Doom, I find that very interesting. I think he could pull that off very well, as long as he doesn't go whiny, as like with Kylo. But
yeah,
I think he's dark enough to pull out the Doom thing. I think he'd do that really well.
I think an actor of his stature, though, wouldn't want to have his face covered for probably 3/4 of the movie, at least.
They gotta get over that.
Yeah,
someone's gonna have to get over it. I guess nobody.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and I'm sorry. That's the one thing we didn't. That's a big thing to talk about. I don't know if I guess you had it on your list. Jonathan Majors is on your list, I'm going to assume, correct?
Of the possible recasting.
Yeah. Jonathan Majors. What's up with that?
All right.
I get.
I don't know on this.
He's got the bad rep right now, right? But he hasn't been found guilty yet.
Well,
they're going to dump him.
Well, here's the thing too. Everything came out that he was arrested for spousal abuse, or domestic abuse, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then rumors came out wherever he went to college, like, this is like the worst kept secret. But then within a couple days, like, he's releasing text messages from his wife or whoever it was saying that there was a total misunderstanding. I tried to tell the police that. So it wasn't supposed to be as bad as it looked, but all of a sudden then there's rumors they're looking at recasting and meeting with people. And then earlier this week, he was dropped by his management company.
So are we supposed to say writing's on the wall? This is a done thing. We got to find a new king.
Maybe, or they might just try to write it out. I mean, they fired James Gunn and then brought him back for Guardians 3, so...
Yeah, I guess. This is craziness.
It's going to be hard to replace him with all the stuff they have him incorporated in. Because you've already seen his face in Loki.
Yep.
And then in the post-credit scene in Ant-Man Quantumania, they show him as the old version with Loki and Morbius there. Or Mobius.
And I guess this is a little bit different than the Terrence Howard replacement with Don Cheadle because Terrence was only in one thing, where versus Majors, he's been in Loki and Ant-Man already. He's been in two properties. And not just being in them, he's pretty big players in both.
Right.
Well, maybe not Loki as much. Maybe I'm not right there, but still.
Yeah.
I don't know. It easier to do the transition from Howard to Cheadle for some reason.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. Maybe because he wasn't the villain. He was the sidekick, more to say, you know, versus maybe the villain's a little bit harder, especially when the villain's supposed to be repeated in more than one project.
Well,
I don't know.
And that wasn't even the first time it's happened, because they did it with Edward Norton to Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's disappointing because I thought he was great as King. I think he's a great actor, but yeah. But the thing that sucks though is if he honestly didn't do anything wrong, and it's all just like you said, a misunderstanding. Because what was the misunderstanding? Did he punch her in the face? I don't even know what he was accused of.
I don't really know either. I didn't really read that much into it. I just saw he was in trouble for this.
How can there be a misunderstanding when someone punches you in the face? Either they punch you in the face or they didn't punch you in the face.
I tripped and fell on his hand.
He had his fist balled up, and I just fell right into it. I don't know how that happened.
It could be worse. I mean, it could be... Who was the football player that hit his wife in the elevator?
Ray Rice, yeah.
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 Jesus told him to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever. Yeah. And it's one of those things where, okay, either it happened or it didn't. And are you saying it didn't just because you know that he's about to get fired from all this crap and you're not going to get the big money that you're going to want when you divorce this guy after he makes all his money?
Yeah.
That's what I'm like, oh, that's the misunderstanding. I need my money first. Thanks.
Yep.
It's like, oh, man. Just disgusting, but okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, it's not cool. Not cool.
If he did hit her, do you think it was roid rage from Creed 3?
Yes, absolutely. That dude, he's not that big naturally in any of those movies, and I think that's the worst kept secret. And I think Rogan's called out a ton of actors about this. It's all roids.
Oh yeah,
Hemsworth is not that big without roids.
Yeah,
you can show him working out as much as you want. Working out will only get you so far, to be honest with you. Same with The Rock. I don't believe The Rock's natural by any means. Yeah. The Rock's had roids, but I don't care. Rock's cool with roids. Give me the roided Rock. I like that.
I said he's probably still got Vince on speed dial.
Yeah. That's an old Daniel Tosh bit, too, about baseball players being on roids. He was talking about McGuire and Sosa. It's a disservice to us fans for them to not be on roids. I want to see them hitting 700-foot home runs. I think it's cool. Yeah. I'm right there with you. I love them when they're on roids.
Yep.
Don't like when they rage out and beat their wives. That's not cool. But hitting home runs and being, looking the part, sure.
Yeah. I mean, no natural person's going to look like Thor.
No, not at all. Not at all. So, but no, that's as far as my agenda, as far as stuff I had written down that I wanted to touch on a little bit. That's all I've got for you. Did you have anything else?
I have a list of sci-fi shows to watch, but maybe we'll save that for next time.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Let's move on over to homework. How much do you have? A bunch of homework?
I only got a few things.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 7 pieces of homework I got to share with you.
All right. You go first.
Me first?
Yeah.
I tried to decide what to save for last.
Yeah.
What's the best one to save for last? I'll do this one because it'll be really quick because you haven't touched on this. I did finish Project Hail Mary.
Okay.
The book by Andy Weir.
Yeah.
And my son keeps trying to get me to say which one do I think is the best? Is The Martian the best, or is Project Hail Mary the best? And I can't do it. I can't decide between the two. Jay, Project Hail Mary is so good. I don't know if they'll be able to make a movie off it as easily as they did with The Martian.
Yeah.
But did you read The Martian?
Yes, I did. I've read that, and I've read Artemis.
You did read Artemis,
yes,
but you have not read Project Hail Mary.
Not yet. No, I have it though.
Do you have do you have a queue for your books that you're reading? Like what's in the queue?
I just kind of, it's whatever I feel like, and I keep looking at it. It might be the next one.
Okay. Can I hype it up to the point where you make it your next one? Because I think you need to, because it's that good.
I think you're already doing
it. It's so good. And my son told me all. He was really excited for me to read it because of something to check. There was a point in the book where I almost cried. That's how good this book is.
Okay. That's
how I was on the brink of tears, and I will leave it at that because if I say anything else, it's all spoilers.
Okay.
He's a wonderful writer. He makes it where he turned an almost 500-page book. Like I felt like I read it in no time.
Yeah.
And again, I'm probably one of the slowest readers. It just takes me a long time because I wait I read in small chunks here and there. I don't ever sit down and knock out an hour or two or something like that. But man, it was so good. It's so engaging. Ups and downs, emotions, just incredible. And then you try to think, what made this so fun to read was thinking, you know what? Something like this could happen. And some of this is kind of hitting it on the nose in the real world kind of thing. So I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Nothing but praise. Amazing book. And didn't feel like I wasted my time whatsoever. Not sure if I could ever read it again, just because it's one of those where I already know what's going to happen. And this, the emotions and the shocks and the awes are already gone. I can't get that sensation back by rereading it kind of.
Yeah. It doesn't have those deep cuts that you pick up like on the second time.
Correct. Yeah. So
makes sense.
Man, I'm gonna let you go. I want to go through because I got so many good ones. I got so many good ones that you're gonna like.
Okay. First one I watched Whiplash with J.K. Simmons and
this is your first
Miles
time
Teller.
watching that?
Yes. I saw it was on Netflix or Prime or one of those, so I was like, I need to watch it. What an intense movie.
Does it solidify your do you agree with me now with my infatuation and my love for J.K. Simmons?
Oh, he's great. He's great in everything.
He is the best. He's so freaking good. I love him. And it makes you go, what in the world happened to Miles Teller? This kid should have been the biggest actor in the world for a little bit there.
Yeah.
Because he was so good in it too. And the story is incredible. The story is absolutely incredible.
Maybe Top Gun got him back on track.
Maybe. Or he's like, maybe I don't need to be the star. Maybe I just need to be a good actor. You know what I mean? And just and to pick my roles a little bit more careful. Yeah.
Because of Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, who saw? I was actually excited for Fantastic Four before it just fell apart because it had a cool premise. It was a little bit different, right?
Yep.
I had no problem with that, and the director came off a home run because he was the director of Chronicle, right? If I remember right.
Yep.
And so you're like, man, he knocked out the park with Chronicle, so I'm looking forward to this. And what can you do?
Yeah. Apparently Fox got too involved in it, but I didn't even think it was as bad as everyone made it out to be.
Yeah. But getting back to Whiplash, though, it's kind of the thing I loved most about the movie was it makes you stop and think of what is the sacrifice you have to make to be great.
Yeah.
You know, and do you have it within yourself to do it? You know, and in order to reach that level of greatness, what kind of person do you need to be?
Yeah.
And it just makes you think of people like Jordan and Kobe, and just think about any of your star athletes that want to be because they're easier to pick it because you can't go, well, this is the best comic book writer of all time, but how do you gauge that? You know,
right.
Sales, just fan reaction or something like that. At least with sports, you have stats, championships, things that you could base your argument off of, right? That make a little bit more sense. But think of people, like I said, like with Kobe or Jordan or something like that, the kind of people they were not good people. No. They were not nice people.
Yeah.
But in order to be the greatest, you have to be someone like J.K. Simmons. And then what Miles Teller turned into. Because think about Teller's relationship with the girl in the movie.
Yeah. Supergirl.
You are not as important as my pursuit of greatness. And that's just, wow, ouch. You know, that's big time ouch.
Or just having the sight to see what was going to happen and just be upfront about it. Yeah. This is what's going to happen, and we're going to hate each other. So let's just end this while we're happy.
Man, God, what a great movie!
It is a great movie.
I'm so glad you liked it.
Yeah,
I'm glad you really enjoyed it. I hold that movie in high regard for sure.
Yeah, and I could see why it was nominated for awards.
Yep, absolutely.
So, and then I went Affleck and The Way Back.
Oh, the basketball movie?
Yes.
That's pretty good. It's not great.
No.
It's not great, but it's good. I liked it.
But
I thought he was great in it.
It took the redemption formula and kind of turned it on its head because you're sitting there waiting for something bad to happen and the kids to bring them back. Yeah. But it wasn't that way. Like, he sees the kid with cancer and he just unravels and gets fired and the team goes on without him to help him, like to win it for him because he's down and out.
Yeah, for sure. So, as far as sports movies, is it the best of all time? Nope, it's good. It's super good.
Yeah.
I'd recommend it to people. And a lot of people just don't like Affleck, but I think he's great. I thought he was really good at it.
Yeah, I thought so too. I mean, he knows the roles to take.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. So, all right, that's good. So, let's see. I'm trying to. So, wait, you said Supergirl for the other.
Yeah.
Sorry, never mind. Go ahead.
All right. I rewatched History of the World Part 1 because I want to watch Part 2. God, that movie could not be made.
Netflix is it Netflix or Prime that Part 2 is on?
It might be Hulu, actually.
Is it Hulu?
It's one of them.
They did it different. Didn't they do it where they released like an episode? Like, they did this episodically, I think.
Yeah, it's 4 parts, yeah. And it's not necessarily Mel Brooks. He had a hand in it. It was Nick Kroll.
Okay.
So I really wanted to see it, but I'm like, it's been so long since I've seen the first one. It was out there and streaming, so I went and watched it. It's so funny.
I've seen parts of it, but it's a blind spot because the only thing I remember was I'm trying to remember what period it was, but it was they were in like a garden of some kind.
Yes, it's like French Revolution.
It's a French Revolution. That was pretty funny. I remember that part. Where did you get History? Where's that streaming?
It was either Hulu or Prime. I think the one that has the new series has the movie.
Oh, it has the original. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Man,
so does it hold up and is it funny?
It's still funny. It's not something that would have been made in the last 10 years. We'll just say that.
Mel Brooks was around in the right period of time.
Yes, he was.
Still had sense of humor. They could take a joke.
Yeah.
And then take things too seriously. So, yeah, no. I'm still... There's no way a kid born in the 2000s will ever accept... I don't think they'll appreciate Mel Brooks. How about that? They will never have the right appreciation.
I've shown my kids Spaceballs and Robin Hood Men in Tights. I think those are good places to start for people.
Your kids are not normal because you're not normal. That's all I'm going to say.
That's true.
I'm saying the normal audience.
Yeah.
So when I say stuff like that, you can't use your kids as the measuring stick.
Yeah, that's true. So, all right, and then the last movie I have, I didn't get to finish it because they removed it from HBO Max, but The Last Duel. Yeah,
you were talking about that, and it was slow. It was a slow burn,
very slow burn, and
you couldn't get back to it.
No, I went back and I watched more of it, but I was an hour 45 into it, and I still had another hour, and it was like,
oh no,
2/3 of the way through the story.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah,
that's hard to get through, man.
Yeah,
I mean, especially when you want to be able to give it its due. It's just dues of saying, I'm into this. It's going to take a while to get through. I can't watch it all in one sitting. It's got to be chunks. I get that.
Yeah, and
sometimes those movies are worth it, and sometimes maybe you're like, man, I wasted a lot of time on this crap.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to waste the time, but it was slow, and I could see why people didn't go to the theater for it. I mean, you're looking at a 2 hour and 45-minute movie, a period movie.
Yeah,
and it didn't have a ton of action in it. It had some stuff, but it's not what people want to go to the theaters for these days, especially right onto the pandemic.
Well, and let me jump off of that real quick because you're saying the time has to do with it as far as people aren't going to spend 2 hours and 45 minutes in the movie theater. Mm-hmm. The children and I went to go see Mario. I didn't talk about that last time, did I?
No.
Okay, making sure because I always forget.
Yeah.
But went to go see Mario. Talk about the perfect amount of time for a movie with children.
Yeah.
I think 90 minutes, maybe.
Yeah.
It was we were in and out quick, man. We were in and out pretty quick. I was like, this is not like a Marvel movie. We're here for a really long time. We were in and out. Yeah. Man. I like this. This is cool. Your friend say, I think your friend saying they gave it like a 5 out of 10. That's being generous. I think is what the term that you used. It's not the best movie, but it's not as bad as he said it was, in my opinion. And my kids liked it a lot.
Yeah.
And every kid in that theater liked it a lot. All the kids were cracking up.
Two of my kids saw it and they liked it. So
yeah, it's a kids movie.
Yeah.
And it's not a Disney Pixar movie by any means. So it's not. They're not trying to appeal to the adult audience in this. I don't think.
Yeah.
There's definitely nostalgia there for us as adults that actually played the game. But it was still entertaining. The Mario Kart scenes were fun.
Yeah.
And Jack Black doing his Bowser stuff was pretty fun. I'm not upset that I went to go see it. I think I still would have preferred to go see Shazam.
Yeah.
And I think one of our more favorite parts of going to the movies now is deciding what movies do you want to go see next. I think the kids really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And But it's good enough for a kids movie. Would I ever revisit it? I don't think I need to. I think the kids are gonna, especially my youngest, she'll watch it a bunch.
Yeah.
But
so it means you'll be stuck watching it a bunch.
It was okay. I don't even know if I could give it like if I think 5 out of 10 is saying it's a bomb. It's just not. It's not any good.
Yeah.
6, 7. You know, it's not like. Oh, what's one of my favorite kids? Like Big Hero 6 is one of my favorite. Yeah, I love that. That Big Hero 6 is a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to say it's anywhere near that. We'll say that. So
yeah.
But sorry, I wanted to tangent off your point of saying a 2 hour 45 minute. I thought that was a good jumping on point about Mario Bay. It ain't anywhere near 2 hours 45, man. We're in and out.
Yeah. So
what else? Did you have anything else?
And then I finished the numbers book by Mike Greenberg.
Oh yeah,
Got Your Number.
Yeah, that book. So by what's his name from Mike and Mike? And
yeah, Mike Greenberg.
Greenberg. Yeah,
Greeny.
Greenberg. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
So was that book worth it? Pretty good book.
It was fun. Did I agree with all the numbers? No, not really.
Okay. Well, remember he took a lot of liberties with that.
Right, and by the end, when they're getting into like the 90s, it turns into more years than actual number of a player. So like 98 was the MLB home run chase.
I agree with that one. That was amazing. So I like that because I can't think of a kid wearing number 98 that I could think of that would be worth it.
Yeah, it would take a lot of research to try to figure that out. 93, he said that was the best Bulls title.
Ooh. Well, I happen to think I agree with him because I think 92 was the Bulls Blazers.
Mm-hmm.
And then 93 was Jazz. Was that the Jazz year?
Yes. And
no, that's not Jazz year.
Yeah, it was because he talked about how exhausted Michael was from it, and he was going to take the summer off.
That was the flu game.
Yeah, but then he didn't.
The flu game?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, hold on. I'm looking it up just to make sure. I feel as though I'm getting this wrong. No, dude, it wasn't. 93 was against the Suns.
Oh yeah, because he went against the Knicks in the round before.
Barkley.
Yeah. So
no, that was a great that Sun series. That was a great series. That was Barkley's one great. Well, I don't remember. Did Barkley ever eventually win one with the Rockets? I can't remember if he won one.
I don't remember if he did or not. But the thing was after
it's hard to remember all that, man.
Yeah, he said the thing was after.
That's cool. That's a good call out.
After the 92 season, Jordan was so exhausted he was ready for time off, and then got pulled in the Team USA, the Dream Team.
Yeah,
and that the fact that he won a championship again in 93 without an off season was just amazing.
Yeah, I know, right? That is pretty. Yeah, that's a good call.
So yeah, 94.
Good job on him. That's a good pull for him. Yeah, I like that. I'm glad you shared that. That makes me want to go through and read the book. To be honest with you. So I've got a couple books that you recommend. I just never get it because it's that book, that 90s movies book that I want to read really, really bad. I'm never gonna get around to it. I don't know. Yeah. I gotta force myself. Hey, 2023 is an improvement for me. I've actually read 2 books this year that don't have pictures in it, so that's good. I'm doing good this year so far.
I'm sitting at 9.
I know, dude. But I'll never get around to it. Yeah. I just know I won't. Not that many, never.
So the good thing about this book, though, was each number was 2 to 3 pages.
Oh, so easy.
So I could get in bed and want to read for 5 minutes, so I'd knock out 2 or 3 numbers, and then I'm at a good point.
Cool. Yeah, no, that's cool.
So,
I like that. I have to try to get around to it. I definitely want to get around that movie book. If you can find more books like that to recommend, I'll definitely want to get into those.
I've got a bunch of them queued up to look into, but I've got so much other stuff ahead of them right now.
Right. So, all right. Did you have anything else?
Nope, that was it.
Okay. This is going to be hard to pick which one to talk about first because I have some good ones on here. I'm gonna do the one that I'm angry at you the most about. How about that? We'll knock that one out. So I did beef.
Okay.
I did beef. I was 4 episodes in and I still couldn't decide if I hated it.
Yeah.
Okay. But it was intriguing enough for me to say, I got to see how this story wraps up because this is out of control. It's ridiculous. And the thing that's most intriguing is it was A24.
Yes.
I don't know if I could say I've seen another A24 TV series.
No, I think that was the first one I've noticed.
Okay. So let's find some positives about it. Stephen Yeun, you know how I feel about my boy Glenn. I love him. I think he's a great actor. I'm going to root for this guy. But the only thing I kept saying to myself was, don't you have some incredible or invincible work to be doing? Let's get back to that.
Yeah.
That's what I kept saying to myself.
Yeah.
Get back to the really good show. Let's do that. I'm not an Ali Wong fan. I don't even know if I've seen a little bit of her stand-up. That didn't impress me very much either.
Yeah.
But the fact that she's a stand-up by trade, she did pretty well for her dramatic role.
Yeah.
The story just gets a little crazy, and then the worst part of it was the last episode, and when they try to pull it all together, I guess.
Yeah.
It was the weakest. It was the weakest episode, and I think the writers ran into what a lot of writers do is they're like, I don't know how to end this.
Yeah.
I don't have a great ending. And it was weird with the crows. That was really weird. I don't know where I'm supposed to go with that, and I don't want to say too much about it for spoiler reasons. So I'm mad at you because that was a lot longer to get through than I wanted it to be, but I'm not mad at you saying that I wasted my time. I don't think I wasted my time. It was okay. And I don't know if I'd recommend it to anybody. But I like the fact I'm okay with you recommending it because I did like Stephen Yeun in it. So that's okay.
It's hard to watch a show where you can't root for anybody in it. Like main character wise.
It is. There's not anybody to root for. Paul is not a good character.
Yeah.
Isaac's garbage. He's a horrible character. His two cronies are not worthy.
Yeah. I felt kind of bad for the husband and the brother.
No, George. No, Paul's the brother.
Yeah.
Paul's he didn't have redeeming qualities. I couldn't stand that guy. And then George was a punk that just let his wife walk all over him. He lived in La La Land. He thought he was a great artist, but no, he's riding the coattails of his dad's work.
Yeah.
So you're right. There's no redeemable qualities about any of these characters. They're garbage. They're all garbage.
Did you like?
There was no one to root for.
Did you like Maria Bello's exit from the show?
Oh, that was great.
Yeah.
Getting caught in the panic room door.
Yes.
Damn it, spoiler, sorry. But yeah, getting caught in the panic. That was great. That was
cut in half.
Yeah.
And
right.
that was awful. The door kept trying to close on her, and she's just like, ah.
Okay. And then I guess I got three I'm going to go through here.
Okay.
But we're going to go through them because you've seen all three.
Okay.
And then we get to finally talk about them. I'm going to go with the one. I'm going to 1, 2, 3, right? I'm going to do number 3. I'll work my way with number 1 that I like the most.
Okay.
Number 3 is Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. You tell your wife to go pound sand because that movie's incredible.
Oh, I know.
She doesn't know a good movie. That movie's so good and Nick Cage is incredible. I did not have any problems with that. Is it a great movie? No, Jay. It's not a great movie by any means, but it's great. You know what I mean? It's not great, but man, it's great.
It's so unique. And then just having Pedro Pascal out Nicolas Cage.
Right, but where we see them, we've seen so many memes or, with the whole, when they're in the car and they're on acid.
Yeah.
The movie's even better than the memes. It was hilarious. It was so funny.
It was.
It makes sense. Now the meme makes total sense.
Yeah.
Because you're totally high. That was great. It was just good. It's a good movie. She doesn't know what she's talking about. And the fact that she called you out on it, that makes me mad.
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked everything. Pedro Pascal with a home run, dude. He was great.
I don't think he can do anything bad right now.
And then in the movie, the way the last line of the movie, oh, come on, Nick Cage.
Yeah.
Come on back. We need you back.
Yeah.
It was great. Now, did that come out before or after Pig? Do you know?
That was after.
Remember? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's 2 good movies in a row for him then. Because Pig was great and this was good.
Yeah, it came out last year.
Go ahead. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Next one. I was able to watch it. I don't have to wait for the queue for the library. Cocaine Bear.
Yes.
Cocaine Bear. It's on Peacock, dude.
Yes.
Cocaine Bear is great, especially if you know what you're going in for.
Oh, yeah.
You're going in for ridiculousness. It's a ridiculous movie that's amazing. And the best part, this is the part Jen and I love. And then did Jen like it? Hell yeah, Jen liked it. Because how do you not like this movie? It makes you laugh a lot. It makes you laugh quite a bit. The favorite part of the movie, though, is we both go, wait a minute, that's the IKEA guy. Have you seen his bits on, YouTube Shorts, the IKEA guy?
No, I don't think so.
He's the paramedic with the mustache.
Okay. I'll look him up. Yeah.
He's a stand-up comic. He's a stand-up comic, by the way. He actually I think he either already came through St. Louis.
Yeah.
Or he's coming through soon. but he does these things where he acts like an IKEA employee.
Yeah.
And the music he sets to these videos, he's incredibly funny. And it applies to anyone that's ever been in retail sales. So most of us, right, that had at least one job in retail in our lives.
Yeah.
Hilarious. And we love the fact that we both got super excited because I never knew that Jen had watched his clips before.
Yeah.
And she goes, wait a minute, is that the IKEA guy? I go, wait, you know he's the IKEA guy? She goes, yeah, that's so hilarious. I was like, we've never talked to each other about these clips before. So my wife of, I'll just say forever now, I don't remember the exact number of years, we bonded over something while watching the movie. It was great. I felt great. We felt close at that moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, the movie's ridiculous, and I would love for a sequel if they could ever have a sequel. But no, of course, you can't.
No.
You could, I guess, but...
about the Cubs?
I did not watch the real... There's a real, there's a documentary on Peacock that shows the real story of it. I want to watch that. I haven't had a chance to go back.
Yeah, I do too.
But, man, Cocaine Bear, I love it.
You shot my fingers. Then, they weren't even next to each other.
So good. It's so good. So I understand why you watched it twice as soon as you did. It's actually really good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna save number one for our last thing we talk about because I love it this much.
Yes.
And I told you I picked up The Fabelmans. And I actually got around to watching it. So The Fabelmans. I understand why Everything Ever All at Once won the award, but I actually liked The Fabelmans. I like this movie. It's a good movie. It's just basically Spielberg doing his own documentary, or not, but biography.
Yeah,
is what it is. Everybody in it is amazing. It's just a great movie. It's a Spielberg movie.
Yeah, and
the way the movie ends, the very last scene of the movie is incredible. So I think you said, are you in queue to get it?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. You're going to like it. And you're going to go, you know what? This did deserve nominations for Best Picture. It's definitely Best Picture bait is what it is. But not artsy-fartsy to the point. That's what you got to kind of like about Spielberg. He can do artsy. He could do an art film or just do a film. We'll call it a film. Yeah. But not make it so complicated that this is art. This is fine art. No, it's an amazing movie. It's a great film. I liked everything about it. That's all I'll say. And I don't want to spoil anything. Yeah. But God, the very last scene of the movie it ends so well. It ends really, really well.
All right, I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, you'll like it. I think you'll really like it, actually. Yeah. And then I got a recommendation for you, and it's actually, oh man, I hope you dive into this. But you never watched Mindhunter from Netflix? No. I need you to watch Mindhunter at some point in life, and then I want you to pair it up with Blackbird. It's the Taron Egerton show on Apple. Blackbird is so good. It's just one of those things where I go, Apple is doing something right. But the funniest part is Jen comes in and she goes, "What is it? Do you want to man bone Taron Egerton? Like, do you have a man crush on this dude?" I go, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "Everything you watch has a minute." I was like, "I just watched Tetris. That's it. That's the last thing I've ever watched with this kid in it. What are you talking about?" She goes, "Well, how many of these movies are you going to watch?" And I go, "Jen, it's a show." She goes, "Oh." She thought it was different. She thought it was a different movie every time. Yeah. Because she never sat down and watched it, but every time she'd come in and see me watching something, she goes, "What is it? Watch this kid over and over." And I'm like, "Stop. It's a fucking show. What are you talking about?"
That's funny. You're like, he's not Wolverine yet.
Exactly. No, but he's not. He's still not. And actually, you know who? And I'm glad you said that because I knew you would. I do have a casting for you if you want to go that route. Taron Egerton is he's Scott. He's Cyclops.
I can see it.
I see him as Cyclops. I really do. And when you watch this, you'll get it. Okay. You'll understand why I said that. Okay. So I don't want to spoil too much about premise. I can at least give you premise, and it won't spoil anything. Okay. Because that's in the description of the show. It's in the trailer. Yeah. He is sent to jail, and in order to reduce his jail time, they want to see if he can get this other guy in jail to confess to a crime. Okay. That's all I'll say. Okay. That doesn't spoil anything at all. Trust me. He's so good in this. You're going to go, yep, I definitely want him in an X-Men project, but I don't see him as Wolverine. That's the only difference. Okay. But pair this with watching Mindhunter, and I'd recommend watching Mindhunter first. Okay. And you're going to like Mindhunter. I have not talked to one person that doesn't say that show's not brilliant, and they're disappointed it's not coming back to kind of wrap up properly. Yeah. And so that brings me to our very final thing that we'll talk about before we have to get going here. And that is the show Shrinking, which you knew that would be the one thing I talk about today. I don't know if I can agree with you that it's Ted Lasso quality, but it makes me feel the way I feel when I watch Ted Lasso, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's so well written. Every character is perfectly casted.
Yep.
It has brought me a new appreciation and love for Harrison Ford I didn't think I could have. And I wish I could watch Harrison Ford play this role until Harrison Ford can no longer breathe.
Yes.
I love Harrison Ford in this show so much. It's uncanny.
I said I never knew I needed Harrison Ford singing Sugar Ray.
You never do it. You never do it. But it's a beautiful show. It's heartfelt. It goes through all the emotions you could think of.
Yeah.
The heartbreak, the twist that you didn't really see coming, the speeches that you kind of get, those little one-offs that you get.
Yeah.
But I think the thing I love about it most is just the characters and the way you got to grow with them as the show went on.
Yeah.
Home run. Total home run. Great recommendation. One of my favorite shows. And I told Jen, because she didn't watch it with me, but she's curious of it. And I go, you like Ted Lasso. Or not even do you like Ted Lasso. You actually love Ted Lasso. And you hate sports, but you love Ted Lasso, right? You don't love it because of the soccer. So we got that established with her.
Yeah.
And I said, Schitt's Creek is one of her favorite shows of all time.
Yeah.
And I was like, you love Schitt's Creek, right? This is a home run. This sits right between those two type of shows, and you put it right there in the middle. It's incredible. I love his best. I don't even know their names, to be honest with you. Yeah. I don't even know Harrison Ford's name in the show. I don't know Jason Segel's name in the show, but Jason Segel's best friend is hilarious.
He is.
He cracks me up. I think he's one of the best parts of the show. His daughter is not your typical teenager.
Yeah.
But she's also not your CW teenager that's 25 trying to play a 17-year-old. She's kind of really well casted in it, and she doesn't play it over the top.
Yeah.
Drew Carey girl is what I call her.
Oh, Krista Miller. Perfect. She looks rough, though.
You actually knew her name. Oh, my gosh, she's great, man. She's so good.
She's married to Bill Lawrence, who created the show.
Oh, she is?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's why she was
in Ted Lasso, right?
Yeah. Well, and he did Scrubs, and he did Cougar Town.
Oh, he did
Bill Lawrence, yeah. I never seen it either.
But I do love Scrubs.
Yeah.
I love Scrubs.
But she was in Cougar Town, and she was in Scrubs, too.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, God, who's the... And then the true winner and the true standout of this show is the guy that personifies quality over quantity in the show, which is my boy D-Train. I remember one person's name in the show. Derek, the husband, is by far... He's the guy that comes in and goes, we need someone to knock this dude out real quick. Boom, knocks out the scene. He's done. He's the best part. He's so perfect for this role. And I don't care about spoilers for this one thing, where they talk about something and he goes, "Who wishes they peed off the balcony now, huh?" Yeah. I was like, this is so good because he's that perfect character.
Yeah.
Where I'm just like, he's Clint Eastwood-esque, where you're just like, he's reached that age where he's like, I don't care. I'm going to do what I want. I don't care what anybody has to say about anything I do or say. It's so good.
So
oh my God.
To a small degree, he reminds me of his role from Married with Children, where he would just come in at the right time.
I guess you're right.
I think he's funnier in this and not overdone like he was in that show, but I didn't even recognize him at first. He's
in this thing the perfect amount.
Yes.
He's the perfect sounding board for a few comedic bits here and there. And again, if I had to nominate someone for best supporting, and he's in it not that much. He's barely in it, to be honest with you, right?
Yeah.
But his impact for when he is in it, it's the best. Derek, my boy Derek, a.k.a. D-Train, is the best. I love him so much. This dude is great.
If you can nominate Don Cheadle for his role in Falcon and Winter Soldier for an Emmy, he's got to be nominated.
He got nominated for that, for real?
Yeah, for like the 3 minutes he was on screen.
Really?
Yeah.
Then my boy D-Train's got to make it, dude. My boy
He's got to.
So, okay, has the Emmys come out already where the Shrinking not getting any love, or is the next round of Emmys that will come out where we should hopefully be seeing Shrinking getting some love of some kind?
We should see it in the next round, I believe.
Okay. I best drama or comedy, best actors, best supporting roles, best writing, best all. But just, I love it. And it does get... But I can at least say that, even though I don't know if I'll say I like it more than Ted Lasso, at least gives it a run for its money. Yeah. Can I say it that way?
Yeah.
So, oh man, I'm so happy with that show. I might go back and rewatch it. I might. I don't really have time to rewatch stuff. There's just too much to watch.
I watched about the first 3 episodes, and I'm like, I got to show this to Aaron, and then we watched the rest of
it. See, that might be my way of rewatching it. If I can ever get Jen to sit down and watch it, maybe that'll be my way to do so.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it so much, Jay. I love it so much. It's so great. And I do you know, is there going to be a second season, or is this just like a one shot? I think done with it. And that's all I wanted to do.
I think there's supposed to be a second season. I haven't heard if either way, so I was just assuming there would be. They've got more story there.
At the very end of it. What do you think? Because I'm trying to remember the very, very end. Where do we with the one girl pushing her husband? Is that what we're going to say is kind of where it takes off from?
I guess so.
Or do you remember what was the next thing that we could really say we need to explore? I guess we need to explore Harrison Ford's health ailment. We'll say it that way. We explore that.
The food truck.
The food truck, yeah. We got somewhere to go with that. So, again, there's more meat on the bone, is what I'm saying. There's more there, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And I think Bill Lawrence has been pretty...
If they didn't ever make it again, would you really be upset? I think that's... No. It's not bad to have one perfect season of television and say that's it.
I'd be okay with that.
Darn perfect, dude. Yeah, I get you there, yeah. So, yeah, man, that was great. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
It's one of those shows when you're done watching it, I was just like, oh... Because I was glad I was able to binge it, though.
Yeah.
I could not have waited week to week. I could not.
It got tough.
It's way better binging.
We had to wait for the last 2 episodes, and I really didn't want to because they were fast, and you're just like, oh, that's it?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Because, that was super easy to get through. Like you said, super, super easy to get through. So, and that's it. That's all I had for it. I just wanted to save best for last. But please do put Blackbird on your list of stuff to watch at some point.
I've got it down.
It's so good. So amazingly good. I crushed through that real fast. But that's it. One little tidbit I'll end on, though, is something I'm looking forward to that we'll talk about at some point. I sent to you. We are definitely getting our Shoresy season 2.
Yes.
And I'm so happy. I'm so happy about that. And I still haven't watched Letterkenny, the last season of Letterkenny. I still got to watch that.
Oh, it goes by quick. There's not much to it.
Yeah.
So, and then you can watch...
Was it good?
Yeah, it was good.
You said it was good or not?
Yeah.
It's still good? Okay.
Yeah. So and then you got to watch Mando because it's done.
Okay.
So, okay.
Yeah, no, it was that was fun. I hope do you got any recommendations like Shrinking for me? Anything else like that?
Nothing yet. I mean, we've been slowly getting through Unstable, the Rob Lowe one on Netflix. It's not at that level. It's got some moments, but Fred Armisen's in it, and he's pretty good.
Okay. I can tell you that the next thing I have queued up, I was going to watch the Waco thing that was on Netflix.
Okay.
Because I don't remember that as well. Because I was still pretty young when that all went down, so I'm kind of curious about it, that whole thing.
I might have watched that.
The trailer looked intriguing.
Yeah.
And the Boston Marathon bombing one looks kind of intriguing.
Yeah, it does.
Try that one out. So I was going to go for more documentary stuff, I think, next time around. So we'll have that to look forward to, maybe. So... All right, man. Until next time.
Okay.
See you.
Right, thanks for listening. You can find us on our website, Nyrdcast.com. It's Nyrdcast. You can also find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube by searching @Nyrdcast. The intro music is The Other Side by the Red Hot Chili Peppers, a Mad Dog remix made by Madeline Tierney. This week's song is Buckets by Joey Cool.
Yeah. I feel like I'm on the day. I feel like I'm going up, feeling like underlay. I feel like I'm slowing up. I know I just dropped, but the people, they gonna wait. I'm writing like one a day. I'm taking my vitamins, somebody cover me. In spite what was done to me, I came out on top and I'm feeling like honorary. The fuck is they gonna say? I know they be watching me, know they be tapping in. Boy, you just like a son of me. Lil' homie, the one that with Cooley, El Capitan. I got something I wanna say. See, we in the realm that you niggas don't wanna enter. You can riddle me that I am the enigma. I forgot better bars than you gon' remember. But how could I forget when the coldest winter had me lonely as fuck, like the only member in the club, but the only way you could enter was at your own expense. When I owe you niggas, man, I told you niggas I was off on my own. I'm the coldest nigga. I got lost in my zone. My computer come for cooling out on my thumb. Y'all gon' make me snap and come up out of my town. I'm in the bucket like fuck it. I'm on a tear and I love it. I have one sit in the oven. Kelly preparing for nothing. No, I'm not taking a piss. These people, they know I exist. I'm in the bucket like fuck it. I'm on a tear and I love it. I'm in the bucket like fuck it. I'm on a tear and I love it. I have one sit in the oven. Kelly preparing for nothing. No, I'm not taking a piss. These people, they know I exist. I'm in the bucket like fuck it. I'm on a tear and I love it. I feel like I'm falling up. I'm feeling like Nina, my homies don't call enough. I feel like you done enough. I'm tired of hearing about these niggas running up. I'm not going hard enough. I look at the paper, disgusted and balled up. I get up on that kind of talk. I love it when I hear them tell me I'm falling off. Look at me now and I be writing history. This is Don Corleone for misery. I am cultured, accomplished, and educated. These little niggas can copy a pick of me. And I heard that they sent out a hit for me. I'ma talk to your boss before it get to me. Charging all of y'all to get to me. They be dropping my name trying to mention me. You gotta pardon me cause I've been touring. To the back, everybody securing it. My association is with heavy mic. I was grooving in some new 11 mics. All I know is I'm laying some better pipe. If you feeling left out, we gon' get you right. Did I mention we rockin' it every night? If I'm paid, then it's gon' be a steady night. Still remember that verse and recession proof. Now the penmanship got me the revenue. It's the reason why I'm too ahead of you. I ain't playing, I don't wanna level you, but I will not let you be disrespectful, fool. True professional, so I could never lose. It's a swanky one, y'all better fall in line and play your part or I'll make you apologize. I'm in the bucket like fuck it. I'm on a tear and I love it. I have one sit in the oven. Kelly preparing for nothing. No, I'm not taking a piss. These people, they know I exist. I'm in the bucket like fuck it. I'm on a tear and I love it. I'm in the bucket like fuck it. I'm on a tear and I love it. I have one sit in the oven. Kelly preparing for nothing. No, I'm not taking a piss. These people, they know I exist. I'm in the bucket like fuck it. I'm on a tear and I love it.